Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to A.O.S Abroad. Thank you very, very much for joining today's wonderful episode. But before I continue, let's have our intro. Thank you once again for joining. Really do appreciate everyone for coming on live. Really do. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so, so much for being here, for taking your time because I know many of you are busy, many of you have things to do. So thank you once again for coming on live to AOS Abroad. Today we want to talk about how we are going to select the grant winners of A.O.S Global Travel Grant. Yeah, a lot of people have actually been reaching out. We have had about 18 different, how would I call it now? 18 different applications have actually been received. Yes, from day before yesterday till today. And I'm so glad that I saw some people that are actually taking step to benefit from the grant opportunity that we have, you understand, right now. For those of you who don't yet know what the grant opportunity is all about, it is about those who want to actually come into or who want to go abroad, basically. Any country you want to go, you just want to go abroad, but you don't have the finances, and perhaps you need some kind of empowerment, you need some kind of funding. And as a result of that, we set up this opportunity of the grant to benefit those who we can benefit, those that can actually get, you understand, some financial backing, some financial support towards their what, towards their immigration journey, towards their what, their relocation abroad. If you want to perhaps go study in Canada, do you understand? Maybe you want to go work in the US, or you want to visit maybe like countries like Singapore, like Italy, any country whatsoever, any country whatsoever that you want to actually visit. The opportunity right now is currently available. We don't know how long it's going to be available. Do you understand? We don't know how long it's going to. That's just the truth. I have to tell you the fact. Because for those that would benefit, for those that will make hay while the sun shines, they will get the opportunity to what? They will get the opportunity to use the immigration pathway, the immigration support to migrate. But those that are still on the fence, thinking through the process that should I do this, should I not do this, those are the people that at the end of the day, they are going to miss the opportunity. And I don't want you to be part of those that will miss the opportunity. I want you to be part of those that would benefit from the opportunity of relocating, you understand, to Canada. So as a result of that, if you are part, okay, Athena Demi 1122 is actually saying, I welcome you to Canada. Thank you for being in Canada. Thank you very much, Athena. Really appreciate. Thank you as well for being here in Canada. Okay, Eto is saying, how can one apply? Very simple. How you can apply for the A.O.S Global Travel Grant is actually to visit our website. Do you understand? Our website is going to be shared with you on the screen right now. So go on the website, click on the link, and endeavor that you actually create your own application and you follow the steps, because we have seen some people that they will just submit the form, but they are not going to do the steps. You are whining yourself. You are whining yourself because if you just want to come and you don't want to take the steps that we told you to do, then you are not really applying fully. You are just whining yourself. So I don't want you to whine yourself. I want you to truly, truly actually work towards getting the grant and finally really having the grant. So if you want to apply, apply by clicking on the link on your screen right now, aos.name.ng/grant. That is the link that you would go to in order to apply, you understand, now to stand a chance to be part of those that will benefit from the what? That will benefit from the 2,000 Canadian dollars grant. Yes, 2,000 Canadian dollars grant. For those of you who don't know what the cash prize is yet, the cash prize is 2,000, just about how much now? 2.5 million naira. It's not much now. It's not much. Yes, 2.5 million naira for that, for the people or the person that really want to benefit from it. It's not everybody that wants to benefit. You understand? Because take for instance, one of our own judges that we are going to be talking about today, when he heard about the 2,000 Canadian dollars, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. It's not something that everybody you understand pumped up about. But if you are that kind of person that really needs that funding, that need that support, then take charge of the opportunity right now. Do you understand? Click on the link, go and actually what? Go and apply, because it's gonna go. It's gonna go. Those that will benefit will benefit. And if you are part of those that will benefit and you are not taking action, it's gonna go by. It's gonna go by fast, fast. Before you know it, it's gone. Do you understand? It's gone, and I don't want you to be left behind. I don't want you to be left behind. So if you don't want to be left behind, if you don't want to leave yourself too behind, go and benefit from it right now. That's the most I can tell you right now. Is the most thing I can tell you right now. For those that are really wise, for those that want to take action, that are not giving excuses. You understand? If you're not, you don't want to give excuses, you really want to get the grant, then go on the link aos.nim.ng/grant. Do you understand? Now today we are talking about something very interesting. How are we going to actually select those that would benefit from the grant? How are we going to pick? How are we going to select the winners? Those that will not just be part of the U2 people. They are not just going to be part of those that will not have the opportunity to what? Will not have the opportunity to come into the country. We are looking, I mean, I say, what am I saying? Come into the country. Those that will have the opportunity to actually use the money to go into the countries they want, whether you want to study, whether you want to work, whether you want to visit. Some people have told me, some people have said that they just want to actually use it to tour the world. They want to use it to, not the world actually, to tour a particular country. I'm not going to say the country. Oh, well, I can say the country because I'm not talking about the person's name. The person said, yes, the person wants to visit Australia. Do you understand? And wants to actually use the opportunity of the grant to add up their funds, add up funds to what they already have in order to make sure that their relocation or perhaps their visitation to Australia is actually successful. So are you that kind of person? Are you also someone that wants to use the funding for something related to that? Do you understand? If you really want to use the funding for something related to that, then the best way to actually guarantee your eligibility is to start applying for what? Start applying for the program. Start applying for the travel grant. The travel grant is available now. We don't know for how long it is going to be available. You understand? For this year and next, we know the yes that we have started September 1st and we are going to end it 31st of what? October. For those that are actually applying now, we are going to end it, you understand, 31st of October for those that are actually trying to get the book that you understand, we told them to get. But if you are not actually getting it, some people are, as I said, are filling the applications right now. Some people are going on the form, and just like we said, and they are going to fill the forms. But there are many people we have seen on the forms that have not yet even done the first step. The first step of what? The first step of actually getting the copy of Funding Your Move Abroad, which is the book related to what? Immigration, or the book that we are basically using for the purpose of this. Do you understand? Now, let me explain, because many people have been asking, how are winners going to be selected? Now, something about us is we believe in transparency. You understand? We believe that transparency is the foundation of trust. So that is why we want you to know exactly how the A.O.S Global Travel Grant winners will be selected, how they will be chosen, how you will stand chance or that benefit of being part of those that would finally get the what? That will finally get the opportunity to what? The opportunity to win the cash prize. Now, there are two ways. Before I even talk about how we select, there are two ways for those that don't know. You understand that you can get the opportunity to win the grand prize. One is for you to get the cash sent to you. Do you understand? The second way is for you to what? Is for you to put it towards your immigration. Do you understand? Put it towards your relocation. Like, okay, yes, you can say, I want to actually use it towards, I want to use it to, just like I said, someone said visit. Someone can say, I want to put it towards my study abroad package. I want to use it towards my permanent residency visa application. Yes, you can actually do that. That is very, very, you understand? That is very, very acceptable, very much acceptable. And we are going to be talking about one of the judge, even though we'll not be talking, we would want him to come on live physically. We would want him to come on live to talk about the opportunity and to introduce himself. So by next week, we're going to be taking some of the judges that are going to be accessing these applications, the applications that we receive from people. We would have some judges that will come on live, do you understand, and assess those applications and see if they are complete. Some applications, as I said, that we are receiving are not yet complete. So if they are not complete, you are just basically whining yourself. Do you understand? Don't whine yourself. If you want opportunity, you want this particular thing, you understand, this particular cash prize, the grant prize of the 2,000 Canadian dollars, make A while the sun shines. And what do I mean by make A while the sun shines? The 3-step process of the application, you have to endeavor that you do those 3-step processes. Endeavor that you do those 3 steps. If you don't do it, you are whining yourself. Do you understand? So, okay, let's move on. Now, the judging panel, just like I said, we are going to be introducing the judges one by one. I made a video on the 1st of September 2025 where I explained that we have some judges that are lined up who are going to be assessing those applications. And part of our transparency is that they are going to be in charge of the application. They are going to be in charge of selecting those that would finally be given the grant. You understand? So we are not going to be doing it at our own side. They will be the one that will be doing it. And some of them, just like I said, some of them are immigration consultants in Canada. We also have financial advisors amongst them. Do you understand? Financial experts, people that are having credentials like the CPA, the corporate professional accountants certification, the ICANN. You understand? You know, these people are is as sweet as it can get, as it can get. These people are professionals in their field, so they also have agreed to be part of our judges. Do you understand? They would be part of the panel of judges that would look into the applications. And those ones, one thing I know about them is they don't actually, their standards are high. Basically, their standards are high. So there's no situation of nepotism or favoritism, or you understand, anything that they are going to be jeopardizing the success of another person over the other. They don't do that. These are people that are transparent. You understand? These are people that, of course, we are going to be unveiling them next weekend. So for those, not this weekend that is coming, next weekend we'll be unveiling them. So they will be coming on live and they'll be talking to you just like I'm talking to you in the live session now. For those that don't know, we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok. Do you understand? So we have covered base basically on all these platforms. Okay, Sunday A is asking, which province are you, brother? Well, as I responded to this question in one of my lives today, or one of my content today, there's no other province I would like to be again than Ontario. Ontario is where things are happening. Ontario is where is the best province for me to actually stay in Canada. I may be biased with my response, but Ontario is where I am. Ontario is where I've been doing business. Ontario is where I've been staying for over 2 years that I've been in Canada. And I believe, by God's grace, Ontario is where I will continue staying for as long as God permits me to be here. I hope that responds to the question very well. So, as I said, the panel of judges, they are a mix of, as I said, immigration professionals with years of experience supporting international applicants. You understand? One of our immigration professionals who are going to be part of the judges that are going to be looking into your applications. This person has been into the immigration sphere for more than 20 years. So even we that have just been in immigration for just few years, we are we are his mentees. Let me use that word. We are his mentees, and this is someone that, of course, is always very busy. He doesn't even ever have time, so he doesn't. He won't now be available for something that doesn't really worth it. Do you understand? He won't be available. So we have made sure that based on his own specifications, too, we have done this to the best of the transparency level that we can, so that he also can put his name, because of course he's very particular about his name, he's very particular about his brand, and very much particular about, you understand, his reputation. So these are people that have something at stake, because they know that if they can back up anything that is not, you understand, credible enough, they know their reputation is at stake. So the level of transparency we had to give for this was top notch. You understand? So if you really understand that, then I believe you should know the value of this. Now, another thing is we have community leaders and educators who understand the challenges of moving abroad. These are some of our judges that will judge the application that people bring in. You understand? Community leaders, people that are educators, people that have taught people that have come abroad, people that, you understand, they have online courses, they have packages, they have, you understand, they know for a fact when people are bluffing. Do you understand? And that's why I'm really particular about that. If you are sending in your application, don't bluff. Someone sent in an application and the person submitted, we said the person submit proof of payment, the person submitted uh, proof of the person's baby. You understand? He submitted an image of, now those kind of people, they won't take them serious, because you are not yet serious enough. If you are truly serious to migrate, you are truly serious to travel, you have to make sure that you dot your I's and you cross your T's. You understand? You have to make sure you don't make mistakes in your application. Some people, whether they make mistakes or they are whining themselves, because it's not we they are whining. At the end of the day, those that will benefit. Those that won't benefit, they won't. And if you feel that, okay, yes, 2,000 Canadian dollars is not something that is really much, of course, you don't need to bother yourself. You may not, you may just be whining, you may just be, you understand, doing something else. Now, number three, we have talked about immigration professionals who are going to be part of the judges. We have talked about educators and community leaders who are going to be part of the judges. Thirdly, we also have entrepreneurs and past immigrants who know the sacrifices and opportunities firsthand. Do you understand? These are people that they know that to come to Canada is not beans. To come to Canada, and that's why we have, as I said, we have 18 people already, as before I actually came online, that have already subscribed, that have already applied for these grants. We have 18 people already. Do you understand? That have applied toward the A.O.S Global Travel Grant, the round one. This is the round one for those that actually were part of the announcement when we were announcing on the 1st of September. This is the round one. This is the ever first travel grant, what they call it, application we have ever had. We have not had this kind of thing before. So if you want to be part of those that will benefit from these travel grants, what I'm saying is make hay while the sun shines. Quickly send in your application and let our panel of judges, our immigration professionals, our educators, and as I was saying, entrepreneurs and past immigrants. We have also had, or we would also have in the panel of judges, those that have migrated before. You understand? Those that have gone through the process you too want to go through now. You understand? Those that are entrepreneurs, they are into businesses, they understand that this thing is something that you have to actually grab the opportunity, because business is just about grabbing the opportunity. Similarly to grants, you have to grab the opportunity. You have to grab it, because this is something that doesn't always come on every time. This is something that a lot of kind of funding opportunities I see are like scholarships that require you to actually go to one school and go and study. Do you understand? There's another one that is like work sponsorship that requires you to study, I mean, to work in a particular organization when you actually finally land in that um, country. But a grant like this that will not peg you down into doing something you don't want to do. Do you understand? A grant like this, that once you are giving the money, you free money, use it for your travel. We have not seen this kind of grant before worldwide. I've searched worldwide, I've not seen this kind of grant that they give you something and they don't actually hold you onto it. So this is a grant that is something that we ourselves, we saw that is something that a lot of people need, because I didn't have access. I didn't have access to a kind of grant like this whereby I going to collect money and I'll be able to use the money for my even loans that people get when you are coming into Canada or when you are going to the US, you have to pay them back. This is a grant, and from even the name of the grant, you know that it is a grant that you don't need to pay anything. You don't need to pay anything back. You don't need to even pay any interest on the, of course, since you're not even paying back, there's no interest. So it's not something that will be accumulating. It's something that you get, you use. It's like an empowerment. We give it to you. You use it for what you say you want to use it for. Do you understand? Now, what we are saying is we are still going to share the full list of judges with their names, those that will be actually choosing the grant winners. We are going to talk about, we are going to publish their names. We would also publish their bios. We will publish their photos. We will publish even their business, or where they are particularly working or where they are running their business, so that you know that these are people. We are going to publish it on our website, of course, aos.name.ng. And of course, if you are still, because some people say, okay, you have an online school, right? I say, yes, our online school is aosacademy.com. That's where our online school website is. So we would publish it on aos.name.ng. We would also publish it on aosacademy.com, the list of the names of the judges, their bios, their photos, their businesses, things you need to know, the basic things you need to know about them, you understand, before the review of the application starts. They have told me that I should not publish their names right now until when they are available to come on live for webinars, or to come on live to also talk about the grant. So I've also agreed to that. So for now, I'm not going to even be talking about their names. I won't be talking about their bios or their photos, but I just, like I said, I've given you some snippets about them, that they're immigration consultants or immigration professionals. Two, they are community leaders and educators, and they're also entrepreneurs and past immigrants that have gone through the process of immigration and have seen that something like this has not been available before. Do you understand? Something like this has not been available before. As a result of that, if you want to benefit from it, this is your chance to take things serious. This is your chance to what? To take things serious. If you, of course, really want to come to Canada, or not only Canada, why am I saying Canada? Or actually get the grant to go to any other, you understand, country of your choice. Now, what is now the selection process? How are people going to be selected? How are winners, the winners of the grant, going to be selected? How exactly would we judge those that qualify and those that don't? Do you understand? Now, number one is the eligibility check. And this is where we have seen a lot of people now that are currently failing. They are failing wonderfully well in this first step. Because the eligibility check is, for number one, you have to actually confirm purchase of the book. That, because this is a knowledge grant, many people don't know it. It is a knowledge grant, a grant that we are not just only about giving you money. Because if we give you money and you don't know what the money is meant to be used for, you are going to waste the funds. You will waste the funds. So you have to first get to understand what the money is meant for. And that's why you have to get the book. Do you understand? Funding Your Move Abroad. That's the book. Funding Your Move Abroad. For those that don't know, Funding Your Move Abroad is the book I wrote last year, 2024. And I used the book to explain how, peradventure, if you are part of those that got selected for the grant, how you can use the funds to actually support your immigration. And if you are still not even part of those that got selected, how, through the knowledge you get, how you can actually use it to source for funds to actually work on your immigration or your travels abroad. So it's something that is very, very crucial for those that are eligible, those that are not eligible, those that apply, those that qualify, and those that do not. Do you understand? So if you don't get your book, the copy of your book, you are not eligible. You know, if you fill form, you just fill form and be receiving our updates, but you will not be part of those that will qualify. You will not be part of those that even be eligible, talk less of to qualify for the grant. So you have to get the book first. That's the first thing. So people are jumping this step, just like was predicted, because this is part of the things that the judges also predicted and said, talked about. You understand? Some people are jumping the first step and they are filling the application form. If you fill the application form without doing the first step, you are not eligible. We'll just get your details, we'll get your phone number, we'll get your email, we'll get your, you understand, your information. But that does not mean you are eligible. You are not eligible. You are just part of the statistics. You are not the major eligible, you understand, immigrant or applicant. Number three, just three-step process. The third thing is for you to write your pitch or to actually record your video pitch. And what is you writing or recording your video pitch all about? That takes us to the step two. The step two is to check to review the impact that you want to actually have on your own immigration and the immigration or the lives. It may not even be the immigration, but the lives of other people. Do you understand? So we would check on your written or your video pitch. The judges will check and they will score your 300 words that you write. You understand? Or they will check the 3 to 5 minute video pitch that you actually recorded. And of course, for those that don't know, we have said that people that we are going to, because it's something that we aim to make sure it is as transparent as it can get. So if you go and send, because we have had some people that are sending their pitch 300 words to us, you understand, privately. No, it doesn't work that way. Do you understand? It doesn't work that way. We have said if you want to be part of those, you have to. If you can't even follow guidelines, you can't follow instructions. How do you expect to even come abroad? Because abroad applications and all those things, it's all about following instructions. Simple instructions. If you can't adhere to simple guidelines, simple instructions that you are given, how can you migrate? So if you want to read the instructions well, if you don't want to participate, no problem. Don't bother about filling form. You understand? Don't bother about making videos. Don't bother about writing things. But if you want to, we have said it. How are we going to get your video? How are we going to get your written write-up or your written pitch? The way we will get it is for you to post it on social media. You can post it on LinkedIn, you can post it on TikTok, you can post it on Facebook, you can post it on Instagram, you can post it on YouTube. Those 5 platforms. You post it and you tag us. Do you understand? Tag A.O.S abroad. You have to tag A.O.S abroad. Once you tag it, we have also given you the hashtags that you would write. You understand? Many times when I go through the hashtag, I see people not using the hashtags well. Issue. You understand? The hashtags, you have to use A.O.S abroad as one hashtag. Number two, immigration grant as the second hashtag. And number three, you have to make use of what? Global Travel Grant. Those 3 hashtags. A.O.S abroad, the first one, immigration grant, the second one, global travel grant, the third one. Just 3. Nothing more, nothing less. Do you understand? So we are going to check the impact. How your written write-ups or your video pitches, how do they have, number one, clarity of story? Is it that you clearly actually informed us about your migration dream in the write-up or in the video, or were you just wasting time not talking about what exactly you wanted to use the funds for? Do you understand? Number two, you have to actually have to show your impact, because that's another thing the judges are going to access. The impact of the grant. How will this grant, how will it empower you to move abroad? How will the grant empower you to move abroad? How will it really elevate you from where you are now to where you want to be in life? Do you understand? It has to show what would it do for you that would make you change status quo, that would make you change from your current situation. Also, the write-up or the recorded video, would the judges will also look into them to actually see how are you giving back. You understand? How do you plan to help your family or your community? Because what is the essence of us doing this grant if we just empower one person and we don't empower a lot of people? Do you understand? It doesn't have compounding effect. And we want it We want our act to have compounding effect. So how would you, or how do you plan to help your family and to help your community through the grant that is given to you? Because sometimes it just takes one person in a family to make all the other people in the family actually, you understand, comfortable in life. So how would you actually help your family members or your community around you to actually, you understand, level up in life? Or at least the little you can do. Is not compulsory that you give them Dangote style money, but how can you at least support them, you understand, when you finally travel with what the opportunity that was given to you? Number three is the final panel decision. The final panel decision. We have several judges. So all those judges would actually kind of have their own scores, their own point system, how they graded people. Do you understand? So we are going to collect all what the judges actually brought up, and we'll look for the highest scoring applicants. The applicants that have the highest scoring points are going to be discussed first by the judges. They will discuss about them, you understand, and they will select out of those the persons that would actually get what, that will get the grant. Because this is the pilot grant. It may be one person that will qualify alone. It may be more than one person that will qualify. You understand, depending on how we see the attention, how we see what, how we see the approval of this by the general public, and how we can actually stretch the support to benefit others. Do you understand? So after the final panel decision, when they check those that have the highest scoring points, the fourth thing is to go on through the public announcement. For the public announcement, winners are going to be reviewed on our website, aos.name.ng, and they would also be released on aosacademy.com. Those are our two websites. They will be released on those websites, and also on all our social media, you understand, platforms with proof of review. You understand, we are going to show the proofs of review, how we're able to review them, the points that they got, why they got the points that they got. Do you understand? We are going to look at, even though if it may not be in-depthly, but at least we are going to show why they became the, well, you understand, winners among the other applicants that we got. And of course, just like many of you are seeing on the screen already, you see that we have some statistics that we are using to actually already look at those that did what they are meant to do and those that didn't. You understand? If you look at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you see that many people that we have, many of them actually went on Facebook to work on their what, work on their pitches, their written pitches and video pitches. You understand? Some of them have not yet done it. Some of them said they will do it immediately. Some of them said they have already done it. Some say they will do it in some week time, in some days time. But basically, what we are trying to say is, don't delay. Do you understand? Don't what? Don't delay. The more you delay, the lesser your chances. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take action now and you allow the deadline to actually elapse, you won't stand the chance to actually be part of those that will qualify and get the grant. So be fast with what? Be fast with your process. Be fast with your what? With your application. Do you understand? Now, why does the judging process, why does it really matter? Why are we actually going through this hassle to judge people? The reason is that, number one, because we don't want any hidden votes. It is not like the, I don't even know, the rubbish that they always do sometimes. And on many of these shows, I don't even want to call any show so that it doesn't look as if I'm, because sometimes there are some shows, there are some places that you go, some competitions. Some of them are not even competitions. I can't even call some of them competitions. Some of them is just waste of time, where people just go and they go do a lot of immoral activities, and at the end of the day they get to win millions. We are not doing that kind of thing. You understand? And people are going to be voting, and they'll be voting for immoralities. We are not doing that kind of thing. We want people that would actually get grants, and it's going to be merit based. There's no randomness. It's not like lotto. We're not doing lotto here. We're not doing lottery. It's not a lottery system. It's not gambling. You understand? It's not gambling. It's not which other one, MMM. that puts one and when N15. No, it's not that. Do you understand? So there's no hidden vote, there's no randomness in this. We'll painstakingly check the applications of every, and of course, as I've said, these are the criteria that they will use to check the selection process. If you don't meet the eligibility check, they may not need to go through the other processes, because eligibility check, you haven't bought the book, you haven't confirmed the purchase, you understand, and send your proof of purchase, you haven't filled the form, the application, or you even fill the application form, but and you did the pitch, because some people they jumped the first step. Some filled the application form, they also wrote pitches. Some filled the application form, they also recorded videos, but they didn't do the first. They forgot that the first step is there, or let me say they not forgot. They were wising up themselves by jumping that process. That's the crucial. It's very crucial, because I've told you this is a knowledge grant. So if you don't seek the knowledge, if you don't get the knowledge, then there's no purpose. There's no purpose of the grant, because you can't get to waste the funds that was given to you. You understand? So if you are not willing to be educated, if you are not willing to actually learn how to, you understand, judiciously make use of funds, how to budget your funds, how to make sure that you don't squander the money, then there's no reason to give you the money. There's no reason. Do you understand? So that's it. Why it matters is that applicants are going to be judged fairly. We have, we that say we want to give the grant, we that say yes, people are going to actually win the grant, we are the ones that will decide how you are going to actually get the grant. And we have decided that before we even applied, before we created the opportunity for people to start applying. We have created the framework before we told people to actually start applying for the grant. So it is not something that is new. It's not something that we just came up with. So if you cannot follow the due process, if you can't follow the process that have been outlined, then apologies, you won't be part of those that will be judged because you didn't follow the process. So if you want to be part of those that will be judged by the panel of judges, you understand, make sure to submit your application through those three processes. What are the three processes? What are the three simple steps? The three simple steps, as we mentioned before, is what? Number one, get your own copy of the book. You have to get your own copy of the book before you are eligible. Number two, what is number two? Number two is to what? Fill in the application. Number three is what? Number three is to send in your written or video what? Video pitch. If you don't do any of these three, or you do two and you leave one, you have still not been found eligible. Do you understand? So make sure you are there to those three major steps before you can actually become eligible. So basically, everyone, all applicants are going to be judged fairly and openly to their story. We are going to look into the on your story. We'll judge you fairly on this, on your story, your vision, your plan, what you want to actually achieve, and the potential of that plan being achievable. Because there are some plans that at the end of the day, they are unrealistic. They are unrealistic. So if you have a plan that is unrealistic, you have not checkmated it, you haven't sent someone else to help you check it before you apply to see if the thing is sensible enough, you will not be part of those that will be what? That will qualify. So in order to avoid all those, make sure that you have actually dot your I's and cross your T's. Do you understand? Now, the process of selecting those that would become the grant winners ensures that every applicant is appreciated and valued. Every applicant will be appreciated. You understand? And that's why you are getting the knowledge book. You understand? Every applicant are valued. Your time, just like we want you to value our time, we also want to value your own time. We want to value your own effort. We want to value, you understand, what you hold there, what we cannot replace, which is the effort and the time you actually put into the application. So make sure that you apply well. Because even those that apply well, they will still get some perks and benefits. They will get some perks and bonuses. But if you don't apply well, even though you may not be part of those that will win the grant prize, you understand, you may still get some benefits if you apply well. If you don't apply well, then I'm sorry, you can't get anything, right? So the application close, as I said, because now You have to know we launched on September 1st, 2025. Do you understand? September 1st, but it's going to end on October 31st. I mean, the end of you purchasing the book is going to end. The deadline for you purchasing the book is going to end on what? On 31st of October 2023. However, we gave you a 2 weeks period for you to actually submit your detailed application. Some people are rushing to do the second step and third step without doing the first step. Issues. You are just wasting your time going online, wasting your data and doing all this because you have not done the first step. Do you understand? So if you want to actually get it, make sure you submit a detailed application, a full application. The beauty of the application is you can always go back to reapply, or you can go back to edit your application, because as soon as you apply, you get a copy of your application. So you too can see for yourself that, oh, I've not yet done this thing that they say I should do. I've not yet done this thing. So you can go back to the form and now go and do the needful. You can go back and do the needful. Do you understand? Once you go back and do the needful, then you can now become fully eligible to, you understand, to actually get that grant. So please, the deadline for you to submit a full application, even if some people have submitted partial application, you can go back to submit a full application. And the deadline to submit a full application is Friday, November 14, 2025. Friday, November 14, 2025. After you have done that, after you have ensured that you have submitted the full application, then and only then would our judges be able to actually look into your application. If you don't have a full application, they can't judge or they can't access a partial application. They don't have time. The luxury of time is not there to access a partial application. You understand? They don't have the time. So it depends on you. If you decide to take it serious, if you decide to see that yes, this is an opportunity for you to get a 2,000 Canadian dollars grant, if you see it as an opportunity to not just beat around the bush and be waiting for manna from above, but you want to take action, you want to not just make excuses, but take action and let the action actually pay off, then I would advise you to what? I would advise you to go and apply well. I would advise you to go and make sure that everything that is required of you, everything that you need to ensure that you use to, you understand, submit a detailed application, go and submit it right now. Because this is the time you have. After this time, after this month and next month, it may no longer be available. Do you understand? So basically, we are excited to see your submissions. We have been seeing some wonderful submissions. Regardless, we have seen some people that have submitted very, very well. We have seen very nice applications, and of course, we are waiting earnestly to celebrate the inspiring journeys of our applicants. We are waiting earnestly to kind of empower those that are serious enough and those that actually take time to apply just right. Do you understand? We are being transparent enough, and that's why we are coming on live to talk about this. We are sharing videos, we are sharing also write-ups, we are even sharing the flyers to show that yes, these are the amount of people that have been, you understand, that have applied. These are the amount of people that have submitted their applications. Now, just to add up, those amount of people that submitted their application, it's not all of them that have complete application. It's not all of them that have complete application. Some of them don't have complete application. You understand? So we beseech those that don't have complete applications to go back and apply just right. Go back and apply well. Make sure that you are, because you should not apply in a way that would make you not become at least eligible. That would be an issue, that you're not even eligible in the first place. Try to make yourself eligible so that you can stand a better chance than other people. If it is just one person that is eligible, that means it is just that one person at the end of the day that we are going to judge. And if it is, of course, just one person that we are going to judge, most likely it's going to be that one person that will get the grant. Do you understand? So we cannot force you to send in a full application. We can't force you to send in a full application, but we can suggest to you to go send a full application so that you will be part of those that would even have a better chance of what? A better chance of getting the grant. So that being said, if you have any questions, please drop it on the comment section. If you want to ask me any information, pen it down and let's see how we can actually support ourselves and respond to your questions. So again, um, the second part of this conversation today, the second part of this live session is the announcement. Yes, announcement that yes, we are going to be meeting judge number one next weekend. We have said it. Next weekend is going to be either on a Saturday or Sunday. We'll still be sharing some information about that. And again, because on the judges group, a lot of people are also looking towards the other weekend. Because of course, I've said these people are professionals. They are busy. They have their own businesses. They have their own companies they are working for. You understand? There's even one of our judges that is going to be out of the country. He's going to one of the eastern country, because at the end of the day, they say all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? So you can't fault someone for going to go and enjoy himself or herself, or going to have vacation with his family. So these are people that also have things running for them in their lives. They are people that are also busy, and even if they're not busy sometimes, they value their own time and would like to take some rest, like to go for some vacations. So please value their time by sending in a full application. Value their time by making sure you are part of those that are eligible. Do you understand? Sooner or later, we are also going to share the statistics of those that applied and the statistics of those that are eligible. Yes, I think that's another thing we need to do in the flyer that we sent. We are going to show the amount of number of people that applied that have a good standing. We're also going to you understand, submit the application, or rather put the number of the applications that are eligible. Yes, so that people will see the difference, the number of applicants that are just submitting random applications, and those that are taking their time to actually submit something that is credible, something that follows the three-step process of the application, and an application that at least they know they stand a chance, a better chance than people that are just submitting anyhow. Do you understand? So that being said, next weekend, whether be it on Saturday or Sunday, we are going to have the presentation of the introduction, perhaps introduction of our judges, of at least one of our judges, if not all of them. We are hoping that we get at least the three of them to, come on live to participate in the conversation, so that we can. And of course, if we don't have them, because if we look at it, today is third of September, right? Today is 3rd of September. So Saturday or Sunday next month, next week, is going to be 13th or 14th of September. So we're trying to work towards all the judges being present and available for that particular weekend. If we don't have all of them available for that weekend, then we may actually cut it in such a way that we would have one or two join us that weekend, and maybe in the next weekend or in the upper weekend, we can have the others join us. As I said, they are busy professionals, they are busy business people, you understand, and these are entrepreneurs, these are past immigrants that they too are also cashing out. They are cashing out in the countries they have, so you can't blame them for that. And they have families to actually cater for as well. They have vacations to go, they have businesses to attend to. So if you also want to stand a chance, basically, to get the grant, as I said, go apply now on aos.nim.ng/grant. And by God's grace, we would also see your application, we would vet your application if it is eligible, and you would also be part of those that will stand a chance to win the 2,000 Canadian dollars grant. And as I said, for the 2,000 Canadian dollar grant, you can decide, do you want to actually use it for your immigration by putting it towards an immigration grant Like for instance, our regulated Canadian immigration consultant who is going to also join us next week. You understand? He has his own firm that assists immigrants. In fact, many times we have also shared immigrants with him. We have referred people to him that he has also assisted with their immigration, and even people that are still in the pipeline that are also working towards their own immigration with him. So if you want to now be part of those that would assist, that he would assist, do you understand? You can actually use the grant towards what? Towards his services. If not, if you are part of those that want to see the money cash, maybe for instance, because of course we understand that some travelers, some immigrants, you may have done your visa and you just want money for travel tickets, for example. And because we are not, of course, working with any travel agents, we are not working with any airports or airlines. You understand? So the funding you get, we may have to give you. You understand? You may send your account, and of course, because the application people are filling now, we are not asking for the accounts because they are just still applicants, and many of the applicants, some of them are partial, some of them are eligible applicants. At the level of we getting qualifiers, people that qualify for the grant, those are people that will now ask for their bank details. Do you understand? Any country you are. And thank God in Canada now, we have a lot of ways to send money out of Canada. We have a lot of, it's not compulsory like people are in Canada before they actually get paid from someone outside, from someone inside Canada. You know, I've talked about it even in my own business, whereby we assist immigrants that are entrepreneurs to set up businesses in Canada without them being in Canada. Do you understand? And they are getting paid from maybe like Canada and Nigeria to actually do their business. Big buck. So if you want to be part of those two that would get the advantage of winning the grant, you understand, the 2,000 Canadian dollar grant, you can also actually apply well so that you stand the chance of being asked to actually submit your bank details for the what, for the disbursement of the grant after you actually qualify and after you are selected as one of those that would be the what, the winners of the grant. Now I need to also sound a warning because people have to know the gravity of these things. There are many people from many countries that are actually applying to this right now. It's not only patented, or it's not because I'm Nigerian, when I say it's only Nigerians. No, we have people from various countries, from Nigeria, from Kenya, from Ghana, even those that are also in Canada. Yes, some people will be wondering that why are people still in Canada applying? Yes, they can apply because some people can say yes, the grant to me, I want to use it to go and vacation in the Bahamas. Yes, 2,000 is more than enough for some people to go 3 weeks, I said 3 days or 5 days or 7 days to go and enjoy, do boat cruise, that kind of thing. Have good fun. So anywhere, because the application is open to people worldwide. Worldwide. We, of course, I told you about one person that said he wants to go to Australia to visit Australia, and yes, so anybody can apply from any country, and that is the specularity. That's the peculiarity of this grant. It's not that they will say, oh, it is an African scholarship, something, 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 or they will say, no, it is for sponsorship for people that are from one particular country. No, there's no segregation. There's no, how would I call it? There's no selection. There's no bias. There's no, anywhere you are in the world, anywhere you are whatsoever, you can actually apply for the grant. You can be eligible for the grant. You can stand a chance once you get the book, as we said, once you send in your application, and once you submit your video pitch or your written pitch, you also stand a very good chance of getting selected. All right. So with that being said, if you have any questions, let's see it on the comment section. You can drop it on the comment section right now to see if we can respond to it before we call it a day. If you don't have any questions, don't forget, as I said, we have dropped the link on the what, on the live session. So you can go on aos.nim.ng/grant /grant to actually apply right now. And I hope to see your own application as part of those that qualify to actually get the 2,000 Canadian dollar grant. All right. Without wasting much of our time, don't forget that we would always be coming on live. Would always also be sharing video content from time to time to explain different topics, different issues related to the A.O.S Global Travel Grant. Would also be coming on live with the judges, as I said, next week. So I'm kind of using this opportunity to prepare your mind and using this opportunity for you to book your time, put your time out there. Okay, the next weekend we are going to have one of the judges or some or even all of the judges to be part of this live session. So put your mind at, oh yes, by next week we should actually expect to have the judges, to see them, to talk to them, to also converse with them, ask them questions you want to ask them about the grant or any other thing that is related to it, and get them to actually respond to you and to see how they can also be of benefit to you, how they can give you tips on excelling on the application form, how they can give you tips on making sure that you are part of those that are not just eligible, but those that finally get to qualify for the what for the grant. So lastly, you have to note something. Every submission is going to be looked at. Every submission. We are not going to just remove one submission that, oh, because you didn't do this, we'll remove you. No, every submission will be looked at. You may now be eligible or you may not be now eligible. That's a different case. If you are not eligible, even though they will look at your application, they are not going to proceed with the qualifying what criteria or the qualifying review. It is only those that are what that are eligible. And how will you be eligible, you may ask, is by following the three-step process. You have to buy the book, the Funding Your Move Abroad book. That is the book that relates to what how to actually leverage the use of your skills, your abilities, your talents to migrate abroad. Number two is to submit an application. You have to submit a detailed, mind you, a detailed application, a detailed A.O.S Global Travel Grant application to ensure that you really understand what the grant is about. You really stand a better chance of getting the grant. And number three is to actually what submit your written or your video pitch explaining how the grant that you actually got will support yourself and how it will support families and community members or community that you are actually close to. Do you understand? So don't forget to also share. Yes, we have had some people that are sharing. I've seen some names that have also shared and referred people to the grant. That's very wonderful of you. You can also do that if you're part of those that want to share. Share it with the link that is actually on your screen right now to ensure that other people just like you actually get that grant and they are not left behind. You understand? The beauty of it, if someone gets the grant through you, you understand? You can also be proud of saying that, yes, this person got this grant through you. Oh, Allah, thank you very much for liking our TikTok. Really appreciate it. So you can also show. And if the person really likes you because you referred the person to get the grant, the person too may actually show love. You may show love. $500 is something. If it's $1,000, the person give it to you. Something. Do you understand? For you to support your own travels as well. So basically, don't forget that this is the chance you have to actually qualify or to apply for the A.O.S Global Travel Grant. You can go. Oh my, I'm tired. Sorry. You can go on aos.name.ng/grant /grant to actually apply. Thank you, Allah. Allah is laughing. Yes, don't worry. I've been stressing myself because of this issue. Because of this grant, we have really, really been working. You understand, behind the scenes. I think another video we are going to do is behind the scenes of the grant work. We are going to explain how the grant came to be. We are going to explain in the behind the scenes how we were able to work on it, how we were able to launch. You understand? At the tail end of the start of the launch, in fact, the system, the website we used or wanted to use, aosacademy.com, it flopped. You understand? That's how we started using aos.name.ng. We'll still talk about the behind the scenes, behind this little thing that people think we just did. Even though it's not little to us, we did a lot of what analysis, we did a lot of preparation, we made sure that we again dot our I's and cross our T's to ensure that we didn't actually make. Thank you very much. I see a lot of likes. I see a lot of what do you call it, emojis. Really appreciate all that. Thank you very much for liking and bringing or using a lot of emojis on TikTok. All right, thank you very much. As we said, if you don't have any questions, then we'll call it a day. And don't forget to send in your full application. The three-step process are there to it. Get your copy of the Funding Your Move Abroad book, apply by filling the form out, and also send in your write-up or your what or your video pitch on social media. Tag us to it and put the necessary hashtags. So thank you very much once again, and do have a lovely day ahead. Bye for now. Over.